Spooky Scrapbook, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. Tonight, while many of us are warm and safe inside our homes, countless cats are out there facing the cold streets alone. They didn't choose this life. They didn't choose hunger, rain, or the fear of every passing shadow. Yet every day they keep trying, searching for a small meal, a dry corner to rest, and a moment of kindness from someone who sees them. They feel pain, they feel fear, and they feel love just like we do. So may gentle hands find them. May warm places shelter them. And may kindness reach the small souls who are simply trying to survive another day. People spend years trying to find something real, love they can trust. A friend who doesn't leave when things get hard. Most never find both, and then somehow it shows up quietly, not asking for anything, not making promises, just choosing you dash again and again. That's when you realize you didn't just find a cat. You found true love and a loyal friend in the same soul. Losing a cat leaves a quiet that feels deeper than words. They weren't just a pet. They were the soft footsteps in the night. The warm weight curled beside you. The gentle purr that somehow made everything feel a little less heavy. They had their own way of loving you, quiet, patient, and deeply loyal in ways only a cat can be. And when they're gone, the house feels different. The silence feels louder. But love like that doesn't disappear, somewhere beyond what we can see. Maybe they still remember the person who gave them safety, warmth, and a home. And maybe one day, another small soul will find its way to you. Not to replace the one you lost, but to help carry forward the love they left in your heart. I used to think time moved slowly, until I started counting it through you. Watching you grow from a tiny, curious kitten into a quiet, steady presence beside me made me realize how quickly the years pass when they're filled with love. Each stage of your life felt like a chapter I wanted to hold on to just a little longer. The playful days, the calm evenings, the way you slowly became part of my routine, my comfort, my home. You were never just a few years to me, you were moments that shaped my heart in ways I can still feel. Now, I understand that your time was never measured the same way as mine, but it was just as full, just as meaningful. And if I could choose anything, it would simply be more time with you, more quiet days, more soft memories, more of you beside me, ... Would you turn back? In moments of danger, life can change in seconds. Smoke fills the air, the heat grows stronger. Everyone is rushing outside, trying to escape. But then a thought suddenly stops you. Your cat is still inside. Your cat doesn't understand what is happening. It doesn't know how dangerous the fire is. All it knows is fear. A cat may seem like just a pet, but to the cat, you are its entire world. Our wealth, or our mistakes, they simply stay. So when danger comes, because when you truly love someone, even a small life with 4 paws, leaving them behind is not something your heart can easily accept to them. You are not just an owner, you are home. March 17th carries a kind of layered magic to it that often goes unnoticed beneath the bright greens. One that's marring to me, and deeply comforting to those of us who walk closely with animals, especially our feline companions. 7th century abbess known for her devotion, kindness, and care for others. Yet over Chimi's something unexpected and rather happy. In the artwork of the medieval times, Gertrude was often depicted with mice or rats around her, symbols tied to illness, survival, and the fragility of daily life during that time. But, as folklore tends to do, the meaning evolved. Where there are mice, there are cats. But of the creatures who guard them, there is something fitting about that transformation. Saint Gertrude of Nivelles is remembered on this same date. They move softly through shadows and sunlight with the same ease, watching, sensing, knowing. And to place them under the quiet protection of a saint who stood for care, refuge, and safe passage feels less like coincidence and more like loving recognition. For many, March 17th becomes more than a fun celebration of luck. It even becomes a day to honor the small, purring and steady presences in our lives. The ones who love to sit beside us in silence, who curl into our spaces, who seem to understand more than they should. Whether you share your home with one cat, or even many, or simply carry a love for them in your heart, this is a day to pause and acknowledge that bond. Light a candle near where they rest. Offer a gentle touch, a quiet word of love, or a moment of gratitude. These small acts carry more meaning than all the fanfare of a parade. Care, after all, has always been its own kind of devotion. And perhaps that is the deeper thread tying this day together. Luck is often spoken of as something that just happens to us, something fleeting and very unpredictable. But care, connection, and protection, those are things we create and return to again and again. Light a candle near where they rest. Offer a gentle touch, a quiet word of love, or a moment of gratitude. These small acts carry more meaning than all the fanfare of a parade. Care, after all, has always been its own kind of devotion. And perhaps that is the deeper thread tying this day together. Luck is often spoken of as something that just happens to us, something fleeting and very unpredictable. But care, connection, and protection, those are things we create and return to again and again. So, now while the world celebrates with clovers and green, there is also this quieter current moving velvet paws beneath it. Plus the quiet magic that lives in the presence of a cat who chooses to sit beside you.
Life's better with a leprechaun on your porch.